Am I leaning forward? Why am I doing that? Stop that. Hello everybody, happy Thursday. There we go, there it is! Hello, hello, hello! Did you guys like the explosion? The emote explosion? Hello! Ro, good to see you. Hello, Pun. Hello, Senti. I am so tired today. I did not sleep super well. Good, good! I'm glad you're having a good day, Pun. You absolutely deserve it. But my day, whew, I've not really talked about it on stream, but I, over the past couple of weeks, have been in the process of trying to sell an old car of mine. That while I owned it, it was cursed. This car is a curse that was placed upon me. I've always had bad luck with cars. My first car, Victor, I got in a car accident. I name all my cars, by the way. First car, Victor, I got in a car accident and he got demolished. Second car, Wallace, didn't have an air conditioner. Also was a little bit of a death trap. Wheatley was actually a death trap. I was told to get rid of that car because the frame was rusting away. So if I revved the engine to, like, hard enough, the engine would have fallen out of the car because the engine block mounts on the frame. We're not good. And then today, I finally said goodbye to Chell. I had her for quite some time. She wanted to kill me. She wanted to kill me more than Wheatley did. Like, the car would randomly, like, not even when I was just, like, starting the car, I would just be driving at a normal pace, and then randomly the engine would just, like, rev really, really hard, and then it would jerk forward, which wasn't good. Sometimes the engines would just stop for no reason. I took her into multiple people, and no one could figure out why either of those things happened. Yeah, Senti, yeah, no, she's... Yeah, no, she was not good. Like, she was leaking oil from places that people could not figure out why. You had an Emily, a Trevor, and a Reggie. Oh, that's awesome! That's good! My current car that I have was Mama Hanaki's car. She was super, super nice. Chell has been hanging out at my grandpa's old house. He moved out of there, and my mom has been getting it ready to sell for like a year and a half-ish now. So she had me just park Chell over there just so it didn't look like it was an entirely empty house for 18 months. So she's just been hanging out over there. Oh, another thing about Chell. Randomly, I wouldn't be able to unlock the car because the only way to unlock it was to put the key into the little lock on the driver's side door, and there was a basically I could remove the keyhole without even trying, really. Something happened to where it disconnected the keyhole from like the door handle, so it would unlock the car most of the time, but if there was any humidity in the air, or if it was raining, or if it was snowing, or if it was too cold, just the key would just spin. Like, I could just rotate it 360 degrees all day, and it would not open. So that's fun. And actually, because she'd been sitting in... Oh, uh-oh. Did stream break? Uh-oh. 1 second. My internet is being dumb. Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna go hit my little thingy. Hello? Come on. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? I'm already so tired. I don't need your shenanigans. Okay. Okay. Looks alright. Okay. If you notice any lag with the stream, refresh it real quick, because I was dropping frames. Thank you, Roa. I just went and bonked my signal booster. But so yeah, so I was saying, with Chell being in my grandpa's driveway for 18 months, her battery died, obviously, and so I could not get into that car. So like a couple weeks ago, I went to go try and clear stuff out of the car, and because there's no way, she was a Volkswagen, by the way. Do not buy Volkswagens. Like, a boyfriend of mine had a Volkswagen, and then I had Chell, and both of them were a curse. Chell, much more so. Oh no, Roa, I'm sorry! But yeah, so Chell, absolute curse, and it took me like 2 hours to break into my own car to try and get stuff out of there. Hi, Pumpkin! These emotes explosions are fun. I enjoy these. But yeah, so today I finally said goodbye to Chell. Mama Hanaki was super nice and figured out, arranged the sale for me and everything, but I had to be the one to meet the people from the company that were actually going to buy my car, and give them my ID and the title and all that fun stuff. So I go, well, I've been trying to get in contact with these people since Saturday. It's been a back and forth, and I finally got in contact with them yesterday. And they were like, okay, yeah, we can arrange a time to, pick this up. It'll be sometime between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow. And I was like, rad, I don't live at the house that the car is currently located at. So, like, are you guys gonna call me beforehand so I can, like, drive out there? And they did. And the guy that got the car was super, super nice. But I made the grievous error of thinking that my curse was over at that point. Because nothing can be simple with this stupid car. They gave me a little paper check that was handwritten for the amount for the car, and I just went to go. Well, I was gonna stay at the house for a second because there was a little piece of cardboard underneath Chell, to catch the oil that was leaking from places that people could not figure out. So I was like, well, I don't want to hover around this guy while he's doing his job. So I'm going to go to the bank, I'm going to go cash this check, and I'm going to come back because there's one just down the street. And so I go to the bank, and there is a typo. The guy misspelled, the word 80 was supposed to be in the dollar amount, and he left off the Y in 80, so it was like insert number 8 instead of 80, a certain amount and then 80. So I was like, oh, cool. So they couldn't cash it because the amount was wrong. So I went to go back to my grandpa's house to be like, okay, well, maybe I can catch the guy before that. He was already gone. So I was like, oh, what do I do? And Mama Hanaki has worked with a lot of banks. Queen business, you work with that kind of stuff. And so she was like, just get a pen, go find a pen, and just write the Y in there, and then just like go to a different bank and cash it and see if that works. But the thing is, they used a blue pen, and I do not buy blue pens for some reason. So I had to go to another store to locate a blue pen to just write the letter Y on this check. But that luckily worked, and I am free. I am free of the car. But literally, like, the process of me getting the check and cashing it should have been like 10 minutes, but it ended up being like an hour and a half. And like, I called Mama Hanaki, and she was just like, why is this car? Why can we nothing ever be simple with this car? And I'm like, I wish I knew. But I am free of her now. But so that's been my day. I didn't sleep very well either, just because since they were like, okay, we're gonna be we're gonna have the appointment sometime between 8 and 2, and they said that if the person picking up the car, if they called me and I didn't answer, then they would just automatically cancel the appointment. And since I do not wake up early, I wake up at noon on a good day, I was just so worried about missing this call that I just really did not sleep. I left my phone, I left the sound on, so I was like, well, I'm sure I'll hear it when they call, but then I was like, but what if I don't? What if I don't hear it? But it's over with now. I am free. So that's how my day's been. When I didn't say Senti, I saw that you said your current car is Callie. That's really, really funny because Mama Hanaki's car that I have is Kiara. Named after Hololiv's Kiara. Because it's a red car, and I'm hoping that by naming it after a phoenix, it will not murder me. It will not die. And she's been a great car. I love Kiara. She's really, really good. I hope so too, Pon. Getting a license is rough. I was very, very lucky to be able to get it when I was younger. But I still failed my written test a couple of times, and I almost didn't pass my driver's test. If I would have gotten like one more thing wrong on my driver's test, I would have absolutely 100% failed, but I was like just on the cusp of it, so I just happened to pass. Yes, Callie, our girl Callie. No, I think it works. Usually I don't name like cars after the color or anything. Like Wheatley was also a silver car. Roa, thank you for the Uwu redeem. Let me do that real quick. Oh, my expressions have not been working today. Let me do the face. Whoa, there it is. But yes, so. Man, it feels like so much has happened today. A lot of stuff has happened this whole week, really. So, general announcements. Well, this is a perfect time to make me talk like this because I have announcements to go through. Okay, so you guys noticed the emotes. I have changed everything over from Streamlabs to Stream Elements. But it is a little bit of a long process, so I've mostly figured out a few things. And now I'm free. Please, VC Face, why not let me free? Please. There we go. Jeez, for some reason it doesn't want to work with my Stream Deck today. Sue me. But so yeah, so I spent once I got done with the Chell stuff, I spent a lot of the day switching things from Streamlabs over to Stream Elements. If you guys aren't aware of the whole debacle with Streamlabs, that was fun. I use OBS as my broadcasting software, but I used Streamlabs for CloudBot, and then I also used it for the alerts. But I have switched at least the alerts over to Stream Elements. I actually want to show you guys. One second, so for example, let's do a fake follower thing. See. Say thank you, Eddie. I'll do this. Which is fun. I think most of the alerts will do that right now. So let's do like a subscriber one.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
More.
Do not fear a man that spams 1,000 memes. Instead fear a man that spams a meme 1,000 times.
Yeah, I just they're all just the emotes that Cerise drew for me. Like I have stuff for like raids.
Incoming raid from director raided with 10 viewers.
Yeah, so got all that set up. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to do, but I just did not have time for it. I've also noticed that like the subscriber and follower thing for some reason is wrong. Like those names are not correct. I do not know why it is like that. I didn't have time to figure it out before stream. But It looks like there's a lot of fun stuff that I will be able to do with Stream Elements, so I'm excited to mess around with it some more. What other announcements do I have? Oh yes, so tomorrow will be a special stream where I will be doing dramatic readings of shit posts that you guys submit to me. Right after this stream, I will be posting a Google form, both in my Discord and on Twitter, where you guys can submit either links or screenshots of the posts, so that I have those already. Oh, it leaves the test names! Naruhodo ne, I see. There we go. Senti understanding this more than me. Okay. But yes, I am glad to be done with Streamlabs stuff, because I've been wanting to switch over for a while, just because having to have another program open for like stream labels and all that was a little bit of a pain. So I'm glad to be free of that, and then also integrating a lot of stuff into Stream Elements was actually kind of fun. It just takes some time, and I've not as much time at the moment. Submitting things Copious says? God. I was watching, I think I mentioned when I was fixing my mic cutting out, when I was making like really high-pitched noises, I watched Ghost concert footage, and I really forgot a lot of shit that he says. So that's gonna be fun. And I don't know if I'm going to like have one of my mods just like send the posts to me so I don't read them beforehand and just do them blind, or if I'm just gonna figure it out on my own. But I do think what I want to do, maybe, I kind of want to do a thing of giving a gift sub to somebody, maybe the person that like sends, I don't know, my favorite post or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll figure it out. But yes, so that's happening tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST, and then I also already have my schedule figured out for next week. Sunday is gonna be, Sunday's gonna be 5 months, 5 whole months of me being a VTuber. So we're gonna be doing our baking and karaoke stream, but maybe, because I ordered my little capture card to be able to do stuff with, you know, a camera so y'all can like see my hands and stuff. So we might be able to do a live baking thing. No promises. I will do my best. But it's supposed to get here either tomorrow or Saturday. So if I have time to set it up, we will do that. And then Monday will be more Yakuza 0. And then I won't be doing a Thursday stream next week because it's a holiday. But I am going to be doing a collab stream on Tuesday. I'll be playing Stardew Valley with Lil B Appleseed, who I've done collabs with before, and she said that the other 2 people that are going to be on it is Swearto and Cult of Many, who I've not like talked to personally, but I've seen them around and they seem like they are very, very nice. I will probably be streaming that from my channel at least, and if I'm not, I will let you guys know where you can watch it. Okay, I think that's everything. Good lord. Oh yeah, and videos coming out on Saturday. It's actually happening. I swear. I didn't get a whole lot of chances to edit it today, but I have pretty much everything done. I'm just like getting a few things together, so hopefully soon. But yeah, Saturday video, it's happening. Even if I just like have to stay up super late Friday to finish it, it will happen. And actually, I didn't really talk about what happened with the previous one. I'll just mention it now. I recorded some things just using like a green screen behind me because I can key out a green screen in Photoshop no problem when I make like my schedules and promos and stuff. But when I went to go key it out in Premiere hates me and I hate it. So it just did not key out anything. It would either leave this really gross, like crunchy pixely outline around me, or it would remove my eyes. So I would have had to either hand like trace around either my eyes or my whole body. So I was like, nope, I'm just gonna do it again. And I'm actually glad that I did, because I sat down and I actually kind of wrote my thoughts out a little bit better, and I think that this one is a better end product, so it worked out for the best, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. That being said, I am going to be a little bit stressed until it's done, but it'll be fun. Okay, for real, that's all the announcements. Okay, just double, triple check. Yep, that's everything. That is everything. So much going on. All right, but let's go ahead and get over into Stardew.
Hello.
Oh, I forgot that I automatically set it up to pause Spotify. Wondering. Oh yeah. Paul, I remember Finn said that your internet died, but it was because an RV exploded. Goodness. That is so much.
Uh-oh. Hello? Stardew. Hello? Stardew? Hello? Uh-oh. It froze.
Why? Why this? It has been open for a while. Maybe it's mad at me. Okay. Please close. Please close. Please close. Please close. Today is cursed. Today is a day that is cursed. It's fine. We'll open it and just open it back up.
Please? Hello?
Oh gosh, not over there. No, wrong spot, wrong spot, wrong spot.
There we are. Yay!
Alright. Just blew right the fuck up. Oh man. Okay. Let me reset my body again. Alright. Do not really remember what I was doing last time. But Stardew streams have just become me just like talking and not really doing a whole ton, so it's fine. Give me my vibes. Ooh, spirits are in a good humor. Oh, Styx, hello! Thank you for the hydrate. How are you? Oh, and I forgot to ask today's question of the day. I thought about this because I made brownies yesterday. What, to you, is the best part of a brownie? Is it the middle part of the brownie, like a side cut of brownie, or the corner piece? I will die by the opinion that the corner piece is the best piece. I really, really like the edges. They are good. They are crunchy. Pumpkin knows what's up. Because I have my little itty bitty teeny tiny convection oven that I make my brownies in. It's only like an 8x8 pan that I can make right now. So literally, I just cut it into fourths. So all pieces are corner pieces. Rowan, no, you're totally fair. And also, Pawn, totally fair. I just want that crunch. That's true. I don't like, I'm definitely not in the majority here, but I don't like, what did I name this bunny? Got Blueberry and the bunny, and then we got Scully over here. Yeah, I tend to make my brownies a little bit more cakey, just because I don't like really like gooey or oily brownies. That's been a problem that I've had before, especially with like mixed brownies. Wait, did you just give me a fridge? What's this? Oh yeah, I gave Gus eggs, I forgot. Thanks for the eggs. The yolks look amazing. I think this will be my best omelet yet. Please accept this gift, Gus. A mini fridge, hey! I actually, I bought a different kind of brownie mix than I usually use, and they actually had a little thing on there that was like, hey, if you want more cakey brownies, here's like things for more cakey brownies. I'm like, yes! Oh, I forgot my friend wants maple syrup. Chewy crunchiness. That's true. So, sometimes the centerpiece can be pretty darn good. Did I not put a fruit in there? Let's get fruits. All right. Yeah, I hope you guys are ready for a weird energy Stardew stream, because I feel like I slept like 2 hours last night. So brain no work good. Focus not here. I would like to put this in here though. Alright. Okay, let's go to you guys. Oh! but I will always want the corner piece of brownies. They are the good stuff, that crunchy. Okay. What did I name this panda? I just keep throwing names for these for some of these things on my farm around, and I just forget. Honestly, Sticks, that is totally fair. There is really no there's not like a wrong answer.
Oh, Sandy, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong answer to like what type of brownie you like, because all brownies are good. Never a bad time for brownies. Okay. Do I have any seeds in here? I have rice. Some more bamboo shoots. Pumpkin. Beets. Blueberries. Summer. I have a lot of stuff for the summer. We're that is very true, Pun. If we're getting brownies, we're all winners. Okay, I should maybe find some more stuff to plant. That might be a thing to do today.
Hello, everybody!
Grab these.
Hello, Rumbus.
Do real quick. Thank you. Oh yeah, I did want to expand this out. That might be a thing to do today as well. Yeah, no, nobody's losing when we're eating brownies. That. Oh. Okay. Here we go. And then back in here with you. Alright. Oh, but now I need the pail back. There we go. Alright. Okay. Hello! Hello, Benry. Hello, Dave. Eugenie. Eugenie has 5 stars! 5 hearts. Yay! Henry. Oh, Peppo. Picardo. Oh, gosh. Oh, Tina. Sophie. So this one's Lizzie. No. Okay. That's not who I clicked, but okay. Can I...
That's okay.
Okay. Which one of you is Benedetto? You're Benedetto. Come here. That's okay. Did I get Eugenie? I did. Okay. Sorry. Not a lot of milk from people today. That's okay, though. Stop. Why are you milking the air? Please stop. Please, please. I really just want to open this chest. Thank you. Ooh, that was an ordeal. Okay. Oh, and I need to put this milk back in here as well. There we go. Let's make sure everybody's fed. Boop, beep, bop, boop, bop. Yeah, we should expand this area out here so I'm not, you know, rubbing elbows with everybody. They have more room to walk around. Oh yes, we have a dinosaur. We have a dinosaur incubating. Maybe today we'll get a dino baby. Maybe dino baby time. I don't want to eat the egg. I can guarantee you I do not want to eat the egg. Okay. Yes, dino! Hopefully it will be dino time. I hope that you know that automatically the dinosaur is going to be named Diego Brando. Or just Diego. I have not read part 7 of JoJo. But I know. I know about that dino boy. Okay, so that's all the babies. Okay, so we got... Oh, goodness. Alright. Floor just slightly tilted in my house, not enough to disrupt anything significant. But just enough that when you're baking brownies in a long pan... Oh, no! 1/2 chewy, crunchy brownies, 1/2... That... Oh, you know, actually, I thought that was going to be a bad story, but that sounds pretty good, actually. Okay. Alright, so I do need some food things. Because I do think we're gonna go Should I go to the mines or should I go to the quarry? Because I really haven't gone far in the quarry because every time I go in there, I almost die and leave immediately. And I do remember I got a cool sword. Let's see. What was I trying to look for? Ingredients, that's what I was looking for. They do that inside. I'm getting there, it's fine. Okay. Alright, so I can make egg. Other things. Nope. 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 What can I make? Oh, I have pale algae, I think. Oh, I really don't have a lot of recipes. That's okay, that's on me. Quarry is very short, but you need a lot of food. Okay, so maybe not today. Maybe not now. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh. Alright, let me see. I think in the miscellaneous chest I have some white algae. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I forgot that I got that crystallarium thing. Oh, perfect. Yes, that's exactly what I want. I want this, I want this. Okay. Thought I had white algae. Is it in the resource box for some reason? I have one. Dang it. Okay, maybe I don't. Okay. Maybe I'll go buy some food at the saloon first. Well, but no, I have cheese and I have like the apricot and I have like parsnips and I can eat this algae. I might be okay. Let me see if I have enough rocks to make some stairs, though. Where are my rocks? Where am I? Rock! Oh, over there. I do not have enough. Not even like a little bit. I will take the rest of these apricots, though. Okay. Alright, let's go! Oh, let me take a look at the mushes. These are also food. Adaxium, hello! Oh, I forgot that I have a bear statue out there now, too. For now, at least. Were you at work, Adaxium? Yes, more food to sustain me through this. Adaxium, the question that I'm asking people today is, what is your favorite, like, part of like, brownies? Is it the corner piece, like, just an edge piece, or the middle piece? Hi, Linus! How are you? How are you? The people here seem nice, but they avoid me. I'm sorry! Wow, okay, my energy's already kind of low, but it's fine. I have much food. I have berries. You've never had brownies before, Adaxium? I'm very sorry. They are very good. Ooh, I'm at level 90. How many levels are there? The corners are the best bit. Alright, okay, here we go. Here we go. Got big sword, got big sword, got big sword. Oh, hi! I do think I remember seeing you. I hate it here. Oh, what? Strange bun. Huh. I'm calling the police. They are super good. They're not too hard to make either, especially if you can just get a mix, because I just keep getting mixes. Oh yeah, they are pretty dense. I can eat massive amounts of brownies though, because I have a problem. I would like for this to not be happening. For everything that's happening, I would like it to not, actually. If we could do that, I would just like to move through here, because if I could get to like the bottom of the mines, that'd be really cool. Oh, hi, it's a rock lobster. Hi. Hello, I've been poisoned. Oh, I need to eat. Oh, I need to eat. Eggy. Wow, that didn't do much. Oh! Actually, I'm gonna wait on the cheese for a second. I will consume field snack. I will consume 2 field snack. What time is it? 4:30? Okay. I have the home teleporty boy though, so that's okay. Oh, what in the fuck? Excuse me? Well, at least I killed it in 1 hit, whatever it was. I didn't like that. That was not enjoyable. Why exclamation mark? Confuse. A squid kid? Like Splatoon? Can I have stairs, please? Can I please have stairs? Can I please have stairs? I would really like some stairs. That'd be really cool, actually. I don't know. Oh, no. Leave me alone, bat. You don't want me here. I don't want me here. Oh my god, I'm dying. I am dying. I'm not good at game. Okay, that feels better. Can I please? Oh, you get out of here! I saw you. I saw you, Rock Lobster. Ooh, thank you for the bomb, though. Can I please leave? Why can't you let me go, please? Please give me some stairs. Give me stairs. Why this? Yay!
Hello.
Okay. Okay. This is Lisa. Oh gosh.
Incoming raid from Pink Hibiscus raided with 5
Pink Hibiscus,
views.
hello. Good to see you guys.
Thank you, Eddie.
How was your stream? Scully Bear, thank you for the follow. I just switched over to Stream Elements today, so I'm still not used to where to look for things. Yes, thank you guys so much for the raid. How are you today?
Say thank you, Eddie.
Statue Plays, thank you so much. I'm dying. Let me shout you out here real quick. Oop. Oh, hey, well, hey, welcome to the stream. It's definitely gonna be cozy because I'm very tired. So I'm just kind of doing my best. Oh, well, this is not exactly cozy. I wouldn't say that. Tempered broadsword? No. I'll keep with what I have right now, but that's kind of neat. I'm almost out of inventory space somehow. I just have a lot of food, though. Hey. Stop that. Yes, and if you haven't seen me before, I'm Sumire Hanaki, Runaway Forest Princess, Fat Cat owner, and variety streamer. Oh? Oh, please, come on. Oh, my inventory is full. Okay. Let me just eat stuff then, I guess. Or maybe drop some things. I'll get rid of some of these. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you particularly. Rid of you guys, because you literally just grow on the ground. Okay. Yes, yep, I have one big chunky cat named Edison. Hey. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Why do you guys hit me really hard? I would really appreciate it if you would stop. Hey. Oh, I got a dwarf scroll. Dwarf scroll 4.
Say thank you, Eddie.
It's equal to dwarf scroll 3. Dwarf scroll does actually sound like some kind of film series, though. Zeris the Warlock, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, and I have a question that I ask people every stream. My question for today is, what is your favorite part of brownies? Like the corner bit, just an edge piece, or the middle? This has actually been one of the most conversations starting questions I've ever asked. Gooey center, you know, totally fair. I like the corners because I like that crunch. I'm free. No, and we've all agreed that there is no bad answer because everybody wins if they're eating brownies. There's no bad way to eat brownies because they are good all the time. Would you rather play the bagpipes or tuba? That's a good question, actually. Oh gosh, my inventory's full again? Okay. You get out of here. You... Get rid of the mushrooms. Clearing out stuff that I already have, like, excess of back home. Oh, this level gave me stairs already? Or the previous one did. A squire's helmet? Huh. Oh no, the one before? Well, I'm an idiot. It's fine. I did not sleep very well, so I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff because brain no work. Okay, if I can just get through this one level. I know it's 11 p.m., but I do have a little warp thingy that can take me back home. So I can be here for a while if I want to be. Or if I have to be, really. Please don't kill me, sir. Sir, please don't kill me! If that ring of... Oh, did I get a ring of defense? No, that's a squire's helmet. I got a helmet. Ooh, 2 magma geodes. That's neat. It definitely is giving me the vibe that I'm descending into hell. Oh, at Axiom, did the sound alert play? I tested them, so it should have. What's your favorite mines level? Oh gosh, I don't really know. So this is actually my first time ever like playing Stardew ever. So I have just been trying to get through the mines and I don't really know what's going to happen. It did? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, no, I just have never played Stardew before, and since I started streaming, I was like, it sounds like a good game to play. So right now, the 2 games I'm playing on my channel is this and Yakuza 0, because I've never played a Yakuza game either, so a lot of my streaming career is me just playing games that people have asked me to play for like years. Okay, since that's paused, I will start the Nya counter. Thank you for the Nya redeem, Senti. Is it doing there? Okay, Nya. There we go, Nya. Okay. Much health from the cheese, Nya. Cheese was a good thing to bring down here, Nya. Can I please have some stairs? I do not have a whole lot of time left. Okay, there we go, Nya. Woohoo! Woohoo, I'm going home, Nya. Bye, Nya. Goodbye, Nya. I'm home. Well, that worked out, yeah. Oh, I got jam. Oh, yeah, I got jam. Yeah. I'll sort through all my stuff in the morning. Gotta go to bed, otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep in my front room like I did last time. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yeah. When I do, ooh, it is suumi. And Nya time is Hanyaki Nya. Okay. Hello, Blueberry Nya. When I was a cat for Halloween, I was Sumire Hanaki Nya. Okay, what do we got? Oh! I got many things, Nya. Can put the diamond in the crystallarium, Nya. Ooh, that's cool, Nya. Okay, alright, let me sort my life out, Nya. Oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna sell this big broadsword, I think, Nya. Continue. Yeah, I'm not doing like any mods or anything either, just because I'm like, I've never played this game, Nya. So I don't wanna, I just wanna like experience the game. Sword. Okay. Alright, Nya. I am not a cat girl. Yeah. Not a cat girl, Nya. Oh, I still need to give this to Gunther, Nya. I can do that. Yeah. Okay, Nya. You can hang out there, Nya. You can go in here too, Nya. Sure, Nya. Sure, Nya. Put that in there, Nya. Okay, I think that's gonna be it, Nya. Come on. I'm only doing it because you guys asked me to, Nya. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just noticed I missed a follow. Statue Plays, thank you so much for the follow, Nya. I just barely switched over from Streamlabs to Stream Elements for my alerts, Nya, and so I'm still kind of getting used to them, Nya. Okay, Nya. Bombs technically don't go in here, Nya, but they are going to right now, Nya. Okay, yeah. Food things can go in here, Nya, just for emergencies. I'm just gonna put that in here just for because, Nya. Oh, I missed an aura thing, Nya. Okay. Wait, I'm not starting a cult, Nya! I'm not starting a cult, Nya! For those of you who are not here on Monday, Nya, when we were playing Yakuza 0, we did a subplot where we beat up a cult leader, Nya. It was very fun, Nya. But for some reason, that spawned people being like, oh yeah, so you're starting a cult, right, Nya? And I'm like, no, Nya. No, Nya, no, 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 no. I guess you guys formed it, Nya. I have nothing to do with this, Nya. Oh, let's go. Let me water things and then we'll go feed the babies, Nya. I do need to get more stuff to plant though, Nya. Pon, are you talking about ghosts, Nya? I don't know. Is the Church of Emeritus a cult, Nya? Oh no, Nya! At Axiom, no, Nya! Pretty sure. I think it's just a satanic church, Pon. Yeah. We should ask Copia, Nya, when we go and meet Copia in January. Me and Pon will ask ask if he runs a cult. Oh, I'm free. Senti, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Oh. You guys over here. Thank you for the uwu redeem.
I did my face this time. Whoa. Okay, everybody, let's go see the babies. Hello, babies. Okay, let's grab. Oh no, I didn't want to put you in there. I wanted to kind of reorganize myself. Oh goodness, there's so much happening. Mayonnaise, yeah. Oh no, I don't need to not yeah anymore. My brain is scrambled. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. Who are you? Who are you? Hello, Sophie. Which duck are you? Which duck is this? Which duck? Dave. Hello. Wizzy. Hello.
No, Pon, same. I am terrified. I am very terrified. Oh, one second. Let me put my face back. Yay! But no, I am legitimately terrified of meeting Copia in January. Just big fear, big fear. Which cow were you?
Benedetto. Hello, Eugenie.
I'll make sure everybody gets pets. Hello, Tina. Hello, Benri. Oh, Dave again. Hi. Rumbus. Hello. Where's Congus? There's Henry. Henry also. Congus! Picardo. Picardo. Hi, Picardo. And
Peppo. Okay. Alright, thank you guys. No, I don't want to look at Lizzie, even though she's very cute. I just want to put this back, please.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. Just the one thing I want is to just not cry. That is kind of my end goal, is to, if I can get through there without crying, I will consider it a success. Appreciate the punny names. So Henry is just called Henry just because I named one of them Benry after the character in Half-Life VR, and I was like, well, we just need another one. If he touches me, I will absolutely start crying. I know he hugs people if they let him. You get a lot of fun meet and greet stories. He seems like he's very nice though. Soon the dinosaur Eggy. Soon we shall hatch a dinosaur. I'm genuinely gonna lose it the day that I come in here. There's a dinosaur in here.
Okay, everybody.
Alright, okay. So we got some geodes to take to Clint McElroy. And then we got some other stuff to bring to Gunther.
Let's go.
I'm so excited, Pon. I know I'm gonna love it. I'm so excited.
Okay. Let's see. Hi, Lewis. What's up?
Sumire, did you hear? It seems the Old Town bus started working again overnight. That old thing has been dormant for decades. This is truly a great mystery. Oh, speaking of McElroys, what's up, Pumpkin? What about them boys? I have not listened to Imbalance yet. I need to. I just haven't had the time. But I love Abria's DMing style. And I love the Balance group, so I'm excited. I don't know, who's Griffin playing as though? I saw some people like guessing he was gonna play Angus. Let's see. Oh, this is embarrassing. I threw one of your garlics you sold us into my compost bin. That's okay. Now the whole thing smells horrendous. Where did you find that thing again? I grew it. Yeah, no, Abria is a great GM. I still haven't finished. Uh-oh. Oh, big omelet time! I forgot that this was happening. Well, folks, once again, we're gathered for a very special occasion. Hoping for Looper Berry. Oh, he's Davenport! That's fun! Good to see more from him. A rare visit from a very dear friend. My world-famous giant omelet. Yes, our friend the omelet. Zesty bell pepper, juicy tomato, rich mushroom, and tangy cheese, all enrobed in a blanket of rich, fluffy egg. Dig in, folks.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad me, giving you all those eggs turned out well. Willie, what do you think? Eating a friend of his— oh no! The mushrooms are a tad chewier than last year. Okay. Is that a good thing? Bell pepper is not zesty. Bell pepper is a curse. Crunchy. Yeah, it is very crunchy. That's great, Gus. And it tastes even better because it's on the house. I should try and do more character voices for people. These eggs are so rich and yellow. Marnie, are these from your place? Nope, you can thank Sumire over at Hanaki Farm. That feels weird. Hanaki eggs. Okay. Thanks. I don't even know why I came in here. I think I might have accidentally come in here. Hi, Gus. How's you? I never come in here. I should say hi. Business has been really good tonight. I'm pleased. Yeah, business sure is booming, my guy. At 1:20 p.m. Okay. Oh yeah, I was going to Gunther and Clint McElroy. I'm interested to see what's in the little geodes I picked up, though. I didn't check the vibes for today, but I don't think I'm gonna get 2 good days in a row, so it's okay. Alright, what we got? Ooh. A tiger eye? That's cool. 2 tiger eye. It's 1 p.m. bro. Business in a bar should not be good at that time. If it is your town has a problem, absolutely, you are correct. Yeah, if you're in a town and the bar is like fully populated at you know 2 p.m., that ain't the best. Maybe. Hello, I have so many things for you, dude. Okay, so I got these. Oh shoot, I'm gonna need to move some stuff. Okay, so let me scoot everybody down. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Continuing to scoot. One more scoot. There. Oh shoot, Tiger's Eye also has to go here. Okay, more scooting. I'm just trying to keep this kind of organized.
Scoot. Scoot.
Yay! Okay, that's everything? Yes, that's everything.
Hello, Duncan.
What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? An obsidian vase? That's neat. Oh, do I still have big sword? Okay, I should go to the Adventurers Guild and get rid of this big sword. I do not want it. It's very big, but that means it's also very slow. And if we've learned anything from me playing Yakuza, I am not good unless I can just move really, really fast. Slow is not good for me. And I don't have anything the kidnappers want, right? No. What stuff do the kidnappers want? Okay. Oh shoot. I should plant more parsnips so I can do that. That should be a thing. Oh yeah, and a lot of fish. Let's go over to Pierre's right now before he closes, and I'll just buy some parsnips and we'll plant some. And hopefully we'll get some good ones. Put down some quality fertilizer or something. Okay. Ayo, Pierre. I'm not giving this to you. Parsnips, please. Thank you. You have... one second. What do I need to make quality fertilizer is a question. Sap and fish. Any type of fish. Okay, I'm just gonna buy some from him right now because I don't want to go fishing today. I'm not feeling it. That being said, like watch me still end up like fishing at one point or another. Okay, I think I might already have some fertilizer back home, but better safe than sorry because he's closing soon. All right, okay, let's go sell the big sword. Big sword. Oh, hey, Sebastian. What's up? Gas wasn't so expensive. I ride my motorcycle to the city today. So, what do you do when you aren't working? More farming, comic books, shopping, sports. Comic books is the most accurate. Oh yeah? Did you read new Cave Saga X? I won't spoil it for you, but oh man. Sebastian, are you a fucking nerd?
Yeah! Bonding! Bonding with Sebastian! He doesn't hate me! He doesn't hate me!
Considering how much I messed up. Oh, he's a huge nerd? Good. All goths tend to be big old nerds, though, so... Not terribly surprising. Okay. Hello, sir. I have a big sword. Please take it from me. I do not want it. Please? Thank you. I felt like I got no money from that, but that's okay. Bone sword? How much damage does my current one do? Ooh, this one's fast.
Sneakers, boots.
Precision, crit up. Weapon speed. I kind of want to get this little fast boy. Do I 9,000 gold want that fast boy, though? I might. I'll think about it and I'll come back to you, sir. Thank you. Oh, shit. What? Thanks. I don't know why you gave me that. Thank you. What am I thinking about? How much do I get for this? 300. It is a falchion, you are correct. They're kind of neat. Okay, one second. Let me look at the stats on this guy. 30 to 45 minus 1 speed. Ooh, plus 4 speed. Ooh, and there's... Okay, I'll grab this. I am gonna get rid of this, though. And I might as well if I'm not gonna... I didn't want to buy that! God damn it! I wanted to click the X, I didn't want to buy the bone sword! Well, there goes that money. I still have 10,000 gold, though. I know from your guys' perspective, it looks like I have 1,000 gold, but just the sizing on the Stardew Valley window for some reason is really weird, so there's a little bit of overhang. Actually, one second. Might be better if I just do. There you go, so you guys can see the important information. Oh yeah, Ford does have a falchion. I got spoiled. Well, yeah, I got spoiled on a thing that happened in Critical Role Campaign 3 with Travis, and I'm like, buddy, what you doing? Travis is doing shenanigans. Mr. Willingham.
More mush. Mush.
Ooh, I should go look and see if the tree over here that I put the little the maple tree that I put the thing on, if it gave me things. Have you decided who you want to marry? God, no. I've talked to Harvey and Penny a lot. Yeah, I need to watch it more. I've watched most of part 1. And now we're already at episode 3 and I'm like, "Oh god." Well, and with tonight it'll be episode 4. Episode 4 I think is airing right now unless they're not doing something this week, but I think that they are. So I'm just like, uh-oh. It's airing right now. Yay! I will say though, Ladna, my love. My spooky goth lady who is either 300 years old or 25. We do not know.
Oh, and I should keep these, but I can get rid of the beans. I'll sell some of the apricots. Okay. Oh yeah, I've got a neat vase. Got a neat vase. Put it in here somewhere. You can hang out right there. Cool.
I'm just throwing literally everything in my house. There is no cohesion.
Alright, okay. Let's get a little spot here for these here parsnips.
Second, let me get rid of everything that's happening here.
Oh, nope. Wrong button.
I did see on TikTok the other day, I shared the video with Cerise, but somebody made a puppet for fresh cut grass. And it looks perfect. It is amazing. It's like a 3.5 foot tall puppet too, and it has a little wheel that it rolls around on. It was so cool. Yeah, people who do like really good puppet work, dang. Like that is a talent I do not possess. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. I will, yeah. You might have to remind me, but I definitely it's in my text conversation to Cerise. Uh-oh. Me and Cerise are both in the process of leveling our Animal Crossing island. Because both of us are like, I need to fix things, and the best way to fix it is to burn it all down and then start anew. Hey, please, thank you. Alright. I'm actually making decent progress with my island, though. I think it's gonna be cute when it's done. I wish I could stream it, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to. Maybe I'll post a video. Maybe one of my videos when I don't want to like write a full essay will just be me being like, look at my Animal Crossing island, ain't it cute? Okay, alright. Oh wow, it's already 10:30. Oh man, it's getting really dark really fast. Oh no. Okay. What did I name you? What was your name? I have forgotten. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. I might go to bed early, just...
Because now it's really dark.
Have anything... Oh! I should go put these back in the box. Did I start making any cheese or anything? I did! Didn't do any mayo, though, but that means I can now make more. Okay, so you...
Boop. 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 Alright. Okay. Oh, and then let me move the big sword. Right there. Yay!
Coworker noticed your sleeping patterns and gave you magnesium pills? Oh no! Man, if those work for you though, let me know. Like, things that could fix my my sleep pattern would be nice. But also just ADHD, like bad sleeping comes with the territory, really. It also doesn't help that I have to like wake up in the middle of the night to feed Edison. Cause like I go to sleep for a couple hours and then it's time to feed Eddie and then I go back to sleep for like 4 more hours after that. Okay. Okay, not too bad. 4,000 gold, that's not too bad. I should maybe look at the calendar and see what's going on. Cause I know we did like the egg thing. I have a feeling that the dance thing might be happening soon. Right? Right? That feels like a thing that happened in the spring. Alright, parsnips. I'm gonna need for 5 of you guys to be good quality so I can go give you to the kidnapples, okay? Do your best. I believe in you. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's not the direction I wanted, but I'll take it. What about the dance? Oh, I feel like the dance is coming up soon, because we've done, like, the Egg Day thing. But we haven't done the dance yet, and I feel like that was at the end of spring-ish time. Alright, well, we'll see if I make an absolute ass out of myself again. Chances are, probably. Because I spent all winter talking to nobody. Oh, I didn't check the vibes. Oh. Potato! I forgot I planted potatoes! That's what you guys are. Oh, no, I wanted... Yay! Potatoes. Oh, and you guys are watered. Oh, are you guys ready? Some of you are. Okay. Korka said, "Oh no, I'm sorry." That's never something you want to hear. You're just like, thanks. You for sure have 5 hearts? Let me see. Oh, I just have 5 with Penny. 4 with Elliot, 4 with Robin. I'm actually surprised to have that many with Elliot. When did that happen? I should maybe focus on making people like me. Alright. Oh no, I didn't want the weather report. Ooh, spirits are very displeased today. Okay, yeah, so no, we're not gonna go on any adventures today. Maybe fishing. But also fishing on a bad day just ends up with me just getting a lot of trash, it feels like. Hello, bees! Thank you for the honey! Ooh, I can maybe then today, maybe we'll expand the baby's little pen so that they can move around a little bit. Okay, alright, trade me. Nope, nope, but there. Sooner or later, gonna look like Hitoshi. No! Oh, hi, Sophie. Okay, that's alright. Hello, Henry? Peppo. Pecardo. That's Tina. I can tell, Tina and Rumbus are the only ones I can tell just by looking at them. Hello, Benry! Oh, Eugenie. Which means you are Benedetto. Hello. No, Dave. Dave, thanks, my dude, my man, but... No, Dave. Okay. Hi, Rumbus. Okay, I think I've pet everybody. I think I've said hello and pet everybody. Okay. Good, good, good. Well, at least you take it as a compliment, though. That's good. Okay, alright. You. Ooh, I got 2 really nice milks. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Alright, let's go get them the food. Yeah, I could probably take today to just, you know, actually take care of my farm. A thing I haven't really done. Do I have, like... Ooh, I do have some stuff for grass starters. That's fair. He is a really, really fun character. I am not in any way, like... I'm not the biggest fan of My Hero. I'm not the biggest fan of shonen anime in general, though. But my favorite My Hero character is probably Kirishima. I like shark boys. I like boys with shark teeth. I have a bias to characters that have the triangle pointy shark teeth. Oh gosh, which one is that? Which one is Shochi? Oh gosh, I'm gonna Google this real quick because like I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I'm also not 100% sure. My Hero. Oh yes. Okay, the yes. Okay, the dude with the skin arm. Yes. People that do not know My Hero, me just saying like, oh yeah, the skin arm dude. That means nothing. Okay, in there with you guys. That's all good. All right. Oh, excuse me. Okay. No worries, Pumpkin. Have a good night. See you later. Thanks for coming. Oh, I could put more fruit in here. All right. And then you. And then I could also probably like smelt some stuff. So let's do that. What ore do I have? I don't have a ton, but I have enough. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go toss all of these in here, and then we can expand the baby's house. Oh, no, this is the food one. Nope, that's also not what I wanted. Thank you. Nope. There. Okay, so that's all good. Oh, I needed to get the fence pieces. What do I need to make more fence? Not just normal wood. Okay, I can do that. I think I have some. I have a lot. Let me make some more. Boop. Okay. All right, let's give the babies more room to walk around. Hi guys. Please, I'm begging you. Do not wander around too much. Actually, there was another way I could have done this. It's fine. I should have kept this wall the same. I actually just want to expand it this way. I am a fool. Oh, can I? All right. Okay. Oh wow, that makes like mayonnaise and cheese faster than I thought that it did. Let's say there. That feels good. I will just bonk you. Oh gosh. Oh, which one are you? Which one are you? Henry. Henry, just stay right here, bud. Henry. Henry. Henry, no! Fine. I will extend the borders just for you, buddy. Okay, just so you can go over there and eat, alright? Can you back up just a little bit? Thank you. Henry's making a break for it. Just stay right there, buddy. Don't go any further. Just hang out there. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, and here come more. Rumbus! Rumbus, no! Rumbus! Rumbus, stay there, please, heart. Please, 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 sweetie. Please, just stay right there, please. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no! Which one are you? Picard, oh no! I need to make more. I'm an idiot. I did this to myself. Oh man, uh-oh. Oopsie. Okay, you guys can stay out here and munch. That's okay. Which one are you? Benedetto? Do not live up to your name, dude. Do not cause any shenanigans. Benedetto! No! Benedetto! Come back inside! Yay, thank you! No, 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 no. Chickies? Chickies, no. Okay. Gate? Gate, please. Let me put this, please. Oh, shit. I need more gate. He's living up to his name. Because Benedetto, the character, is nothing if not a constant problem. Actually, I want a little bit of a wider gate than that, I think. Okay, everybody. Can I... Uh-oh. Well, That was dumb. It's fine. Oh, I didn't even mean to make another one. My brain no work. Brain no work. No want work. There. Okay, and now I can get rid of these. I've learned for the future. Expand first, and then let the babies out. There we go. Now they'll have a lot more room. Okay. Let's see. View. Out of milk somehow. That's okay. Alright. Okay, so I need to go get grass. I need to clear this area out too. Ooh, sap! Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, give me. I'll get to it. I'll get to it in a second. I mean, yes, we do live dangerously, but not intentionally. More of me just being really dumb. But it's fine. Okay. Alright, clearing it out. Making room. I really should have done this like a long time ago. It's fine though. No time like the present. Bonk. 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 None of this. No. No more trees. Oh, shit. I clicked the wrong thing. I just wanted to get rid of these guys. Okay. Trade me. There we go. Oh. Man, that whole fence building thing was a little bit of a disaster, but you know what? It was funny, and that's all that matters. If it was funny, that's the most important thing. You. Thank you. Hey. Uh-oh, almost out of energy. I can't eat the mayonnaise? Well then. I'll eat this cheese. Alright. I should maybe work over here so I can get this sap. Okay. Well, Eddie. Is that you? That was weird. Alright. It's fine. Ooh, oak resin. The kidnappers want that. Hey, Exceed, welcome. Doing good. You just missed me making an absolute mess of trying to expand the fence. I accidentally broke down the fence before, you know, finishing the outside, so all the animals were just like, goodbye. But it's fine, everyone was okay. Can I please? Oh, I'm using the wrong tool. How about? There we go. I should maybe look at, like, upgrading my axe or something. It was an absolute mess, Roa. Good for marketing? I mean, maybe. Oh man, I cannot see. I can never see when it gets, like, dark. Oh man, I hope that they don't want to start an Animal Farm style revolution against me. Oh, that's true. I can now label my eggs as free range. Part of me would just like let the animals do whatever they want, but I kind of need to keep track of them. That's kind of important. Okay. Bonk. Okay. Gonna clear out this area. Can they? I don't think they can escape the farm. I'm assuming they can't. But just having them, like, wander around this area, I would lose track of everyone so fast. Like, I can already feel it happening. Like, I can easily see it. No, I did not know that! Dude, what? I want to catch little animals? Are you kidding me? Okay. What did I come here for? Came here to put these back. And you guys. And, okay, I guess you guys. I want you so I can make grass for my children. Oh, I got a geode! That's neat. You... Oh, actually, no, you come here. Yeah. Oh, gosh. What do I need to upgrade my stuff? Because I'm thinking about, like, maybe sending my axe over to Clint McElroy just so it can get upgrades, because I haven't really upgraded it a whole ton. I feel like I could do more. Let me actually, real quick, Google it. Uh-oh. Stardew.
Upgrade tools, yeah. What do I need for them, though? What do I need to upgrade them? What do I need to bring Clint? Please tell me.
Okay. 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 I do have quite a few gold bars, so that's something. Oh, I might be able to upgrade my axe to a steel axe, because I think I just have a copper one right now, so I might do that.
Okay.
Oh, people are saying that MiHoYo is copying Pokemon. I mean, kinda, sorta. Alright, what we got? What we got? Spirits are very happy today. This might be a day to go to the mines. Might be a mine day. Maybe I'll drop off my axe over with Clint McElroy. And see how far I can get in the mines. Oh, I got mail! Let's see. Notice, Pierre here, I really, really want to play the sashimi. I'll pay top coin to whoever brings me some, Pierre. Well, I just need, like, any fish to do that, so I could probably swing that. Okay. I want to put you back, and also you, and also you. And you. Actually, I lied on those ones. Okay. Oh, and this needs to go to the kidnapples. Oh no, there's so much happening. Okay, 1 second. Let me go quickly. Make some grass for the children. I'll just use what I have, because I've not been using any of this fiber at all. It's just been sitting in here. Okay, and then iron.
You.
Okay, now you can go back. There we go. Genshin evolving in. Yeah, the teapot feels very Animal Crossing. It kind of feels like MiHoYo is like, we're just gonna put in whatever at this point. We'll just kind of do whatever. Okay, I'll sell you two. I'm gonna keep the cheese. Oh, let me get rid of the spur. Goodbye. Okay, what other foodstuffs do I have in here? Oh, I do have you. Okay. Oh, and then let me water everybody. Oh! Oh, we got some coffee! Coffee time! Cool! Okay, I'm gonna hold on to those for a little bit, I think. Make a lot of coffee. Make a lot of money selling coffee. I don't drink it, so I might as well sell it. Oh. Okay. Thank you. That's all. No. Alright. I'll get at the hang of this eventually. Okay. There's that. Ooh, are these guys ready? Ooh, strawberries! I forgot that these were strawberries. Yes! Let's go! Strawberries!
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. All the money. Okay. Alright. Oh, no, I wanted... No, it's... Oh, and you're ready now. Yay! Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else with the rice just because I don't have anything to process it. I didn't realize that that was a thing I would have to do. Okay, we got you guys. Alright, okay. Okay, Sullivan, be good. Alright. Toss this. Watch the tang rice. I remember there was like one day on, you know, VTuber Twitter where people were arguing about whether or not you should wash your rice, and the answer is yes. Why would you not? Goodness. Okay, I do want these so I can upgrade my axe. You will go here. I'll use you for later, and then I'm just gonna toss the strawberries into the box. Huh? Ah. Boop, boop, boop. Into the box with you. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry at Axiom. Being denied brownies. Very cruel. Alright, everybody, don't cause problems. Okay. Grab you. Grab Eggy. Oh, actually, I'm gonna leave the grass in here so I can plant it later. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's see what we can do. Alright, hello, Rumbus! Hello, Eugenie. Somehow I got Eugenie even though she was very far away. Which one are you? Hi, Lizzie! Hello, Sophie. Okay, where's Benedetto? There you are, you troublemaker. Yeah, it's really weird if you don't wash your rice. It's not the best. Hello, Picardo. Hello, everybody. Tina. Hello, Dave. Did I say hi to everybody? I think I did. Henry. Congus! Oh, I almost missed saying hello to Congus. I'm so sorry. You too? Have you guys been head patted? Okay, yes, we're good. All right, gimme. Right. Yeah, some people do not wash their rice. You are yep. It's weird. Okay, there's that. Want guys. Okay. Boop. And a boop. And a boop. Okay. That's all good. Cheese is here. All my foodstuffs will go right here. Alright, let's go make sure everybody's fed. Don't want to eat it. Okay. Nope. Oh no! Flicked you on the forehead. I think part of it is that people just like don't know that they should wash their rice. I think that's a factor. Soon, little dino buddy. Little Diego, soon you shall hatch. Aw. Pawn, yes, you're supposed to wash your rice. Pawn, it's covered in stuff. The process of cleaning rice is actually a slightly, well, not the process of making brown rice into white rice can be gross. By that I mean it can like leave dirt. Oh, a twain. Cool. I forgot that I need to put the eggs back. I should maybe make another fence. Make like another fence like right here. Not a fence, a gate. Gate is what I'm trying to say. Okay, eggy. Alright, okay. Okay, alright. Quickly to Clint McElroy, and then we drop off the thing for the kidnapples, and then we're gonna go to the mines. That's all I wanted. Thank you. In the US, though, I will say they, for some reason in the US, they will sometimes treat rice with like a mineral coating because there was like this whole thing about like people aren't getting enough minerals. What do we do? Apparently, coat rice in them. So if you see like enriched rice, that tends to be the ones that have like extra vitamins and minerals on them. So like you don't have to wash those ones, but you probably still should. Hey, Lewis. Cool. I actually really wanted to look at the calendar. Looking for farm fresh green bean. I'm growing like one green bean. I don't think it's gonna be ripe again anytime soon. Alright, anything here? Bats in the local caves. Let's see. 50 in one day, Clint? What? Huh? What? Oh! Thank you, Roa. Speaking of, he was just right here. I just saw him. Eddie! Where'd you go? There he is! Okay, he's sitting on the bed behind me, so I'm just gonna go give it to him. I'm not gonna make him come over here. Alright, Eddie! Treat for you! Sir? Thank you, Roa. Oh, you're stinky. Are you stinky? That gets your existence. Alright, Kay. Boy has been treated. Thank you, Roa. Ow. Can I please have my headphones back? There we go. Well, hey, I'm glad you got enough points. Oh, government chefs are ordering a huge number of bulbs of garlic. No. No. Alright, okay, we're running. Let's go. Going places. Doing stuff. Hello, Clint McElroy. Please take this. Yay. Alright. Can you upgrade? Yes, that's exactly what I want.
Thank you. Bye.
Spent points on uwu and then you couldn't feed the sun. Sometimes you gotta weigh the pros and cons of making me uwu. Also, if you guys ever have ideas for like other channel point redeems that you want me to do, I'm always looking for like suggestions on them. So like if anything that you guys can think of that would be fun for you guys, I am more than willing to listen to suggestions. Whether or not I will use them is up to my discretion, but yeah, Senti has a lot of points. Okay, what one of you wants the tar? Is it one of the bulletin board ones? I think so. Oh, yep, the enchanter bundle. Okay, let's do that. No! Hello, everybody! Hello! The rabbit's foot and a pomegranate. Gotcha. Well, Senti is my mod, and he's been here. Both Senti and Pon are the people who have been to my streams the most, so that's not surprising. Oh, well, I have 14. Oh, also, there's a thing with like stream elements where I can do kind of a point redeem system through stream elements as well. I don't really 110% get the logistics of it, but once I kind of research it more, I might use it. We'll see. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can get to level 100. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready. I have sword. In fact, I'm actually gonna move these two next to each other. Alright, okay.
Hello?
Nobody wants to come fight me? Oh!
Yay! Hello!
Woo! This is very fast. Ooh, fancy music. Okay. Ah!
No! No, 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 stop it!
Stop it.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like some stairs. I just want to get to level 100 because I will feel very accomplished if I get to level 100.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, hello. No. Don't. Nope. 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 Thank you. Oh, no. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Woo!
Okay. Oh. This is over here. I do want gold, thank you. Okay.
Ooh! What's in here? Carrots! Cave carrots. Cool.
Okay. I would like some stairs. Can I please? Stairs, please? Please? Am I just supposed to kill all the enemies and I'm like missing a rock lobster or something?
Why no stairs, please?
Yes! I was right! Come here, you little goof. Come here, you goober. Crab. Crab.
Yay!
Okay, I do need to heal though. Time for cheese! There we go. Alright, more gold, please. Thank you. Had an idea. I did kind of a sing-song redeem when I first started, but for some reason it was like ridiculously difficult for me. I can definitely I can see about maybe re-implementing it just because I was also very bad at the uwu stuff when I started, but I've gotten better at it, which I don't know how to feel about that.
Ooh, aquamarine.
Oh no, it's another one. Help, it's again. No. No, 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 no. Oh, hey, excuse me. Crab. Crab! Let's see. I'm gonna go through and get rid of the enemies real quick, because it seems like that's what it's been. Want me to do this time around to just get rid of everybody here. Hi! How are you? Please don't hurt me. You're doing the thing that I just asked you not to do. Thank you. I heard a bat. Come on, just give me stairs, just give me stairs! I just need to go 2 more levels after this one. I want to get to level 100. I can do it. Am I missing another rock lobster? Ooh, 2 geodes. No. Cast magics. Me? No, so I don't, when I lived at home, when I lived back in the forest, I had magic, but since I'm not there anymore, I do not. I had like a reserve, and that's been gone for a minute. Oh, bombs is a good... Oh, I just have the one. I didn't get my other bombs. Uh-oh.
No! No! Just give me stairs. Just give me stairs.
Oh, is there something over here? You!
Hiding over here. Please. Please.
Damn it! Okay, alright. This is gonna be risky. Gonna be very, very risky. No, I want to eat this. Okay, this is gonna be real risky. I only have one, though. Make more? What do I need to make them? I do not have the ability to make more bombas.
Oh no!
Nope, nope, this ain't happening. Nope. Alright, okay, I'm gonna leave. Bye, everybody. I got some cool stuff, though. Hopefully there'll be another good day. But for right now, we just go home.
It's okay.
It means I can just get more cool stuff later. Also, thanks, Senti. I didn't use magic a whole lot at home to begin with, though. I was never very good at it. So I was like, I'm just okay. But only once. I'm going! Chill out! I'm good. I'm good, Senti. Also bold of you to assume I have a soul. Ooh, okay, which one do I want to do? Ooh, I think, Do I want faster crops or do I want fancy? You know, I make a lot of cheese. So 40% more. That's going to give me a lot of money. What? Oh, what? Slime egg press? What is that? Okay. Actually, I think it has been almost 2 hours, surprisingly. So I'm going to... Oh, it's raining! I'm going to take a quick break just to go use the restroom and stretch my legs real quick. So I will be back in 3 minutes. I see you fighting, chat.
Incoming
I don't know
raid
why it's
from
still making
Nimigoat
that
raided
noise,
with
but
9 views.
Naimi! Hello! Hello, welcome, Goat Raid. Hi! Ooh, spirits are in good humor today. We might be able to go back to the mines. Hi! Tokushima, hello! Hi, everyone! If you've not met me before, my name is Sumire Hanaki. I'm Runaway Forest Princess, a fat cat owner and variety streamer. Today, we're just doing a good old chill Stardew stream. You did it absolutely perfectly, Naimi. I just barely came back, and yeah, you did it 100%. Oh, and I'm asking people today, my question of the day for today is, what is your favorite, like, part of the brownies? Corner bit, edge bit, or middle bit? Mine is the corners. As I've said multiple times today, I like that crunch. Fat cat! I might have accidentally said fat camp, but I am so tired. I've not really slept today. Corners are triple S tier, Lucienne. You're correct. Reading. What? Oh, hey, so I'm an idiot. I'm just literally realizing that the wizard's name is Osmodius with an R in front of it. It's fine. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Second, let me go sell some stuff. Okay, cheese. Crab. You can go... Ooh, more geodes. Ooh, I have a lot of geodes to take to Clint McElroy. Yes, I did... Senti... You're talking to the person that it took, like... I got 3/4 of the way through part 2 of JoJo before I realized that ACDC is ACDC. It's ACDC is how they say it. Literally, AC/DC was already gone from part 2, and I was literally just thinking about something. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I realized, I was like, wait, AC/DC! I felt real dumb. Okay, alright, okay, we go. No, actually, no, we're gonna keep the bomba. Don't I have another bomb? Maybe not? Maybe not. But we are gonna go back to the mines, baby! Just cause, oh yeah, make more bomb. You are correct. I forgot what I need for bomb. What do I need for 2 bomb? Iron ore and coal. I might not have a lot of iron ore or coal. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. I do not. Pun! It's not my fault! Let's see. I am gonna toss quite a few. You guys can all leave. You can leave. Okay. Alright. Put that back. Okay, and then we can just go harvest things if we need to, and then we can also feed the babies. Or are you not ready yet? No. Oh, you are. Four bomb in this chest? Oh, there is, yes. Okay, so that's there. So now I do have bomba. If I need the bomba. Okay, and I have that, and then I'll get cheese from the babies. Oh, hey! Yay for lunchtime. Oh shoot, who wanted beans? Somebody wanted beans. I now have the beans. Okay, cool, but I don't have to... Kent, thank you. I'll see if he still wants that. Oh, and let me grab Eggy.
Okay, and cheese, and cheese, and cheese. Okay. Hi, everybody! That's okay. That's okay, Lizzie. Oh. Oh, Benedetto. Sophie. Rhombus. Hi, everybody. You enjoying the rainy day inside? Isn't it?
I love the sound of rain. It's so nice.
Very relaxing. Eugenie. That's okay. Alright, let's get you guys some food. Boop, beep, bop. Bop, bop, boop, ba-doop. Okay, bye. Have a good day.
Okay. We have milk. Or more cheese.
Alright, let's go check on the chickies. Hello, everybody. Hello, Peppo. I just want this egg, please. Thank you. Hello, Benry. Hello, Dave.
It's super calming, huh?
Hello, Tina. Congus. Henry, and then this is... No, Picardo? Or are you... No! Yeah, hi, Picardo. Okay, everybody, let's get you some food. Okay. Boop, beep, bop. Boop, bop, bop, boop. Alright, so there's that. Let's go take the geodes to Clint. Eggies away. Ew. Okay. Alright. Boop, boop.
Okay, let me go see if Clint still wants bean. No, it's Kent. Kent wants bean. Sap? I just want the maple sap so I can go give it to the mouse! I want to go give it to my friend. He just wants some maple syrup. Just so I don't forget that that exists. Oh. Ooh, gosh, the flower dance is in 2 days. Oh, great. Exciting. Okay. So I don't think Kent needs bean no more. That's okay. Let's see. For unknown reasons, local population of sardine has grown to an unsustainable level. Okay, require leases tracking down rare and dangerous prismatic slime in local caves. Bring back a jar of prismatic jelly. How didn't I get a thing to like make compresses 100 pieces of slime into a slime egg? That feels weird. Okay. I don't know why I would want that. Why would I want a slime egg? Does it make slime mayonnaise? Farm slimes? Oh, okay. I don't know if I want farm slimes. I just want you to take my geodes, Clint McElroy. But fine. I guess. Okay. Go sell this mayonnaise to Pierre, I suppose. Slime hutch in order to keep them from trying to kill you anyway. Oh gosh, yeah, nope. I'm okay. I'm okay. Alright. Okay, we're getting in the mines nice and early. What's gonna happen? Hello! Please take these from me, sir. Thank you. Okay, bye! Right. Let's go. Go. Good mining adventures, not farming adventures. We're going to the mines. It's gonna go good. It's gonna go good. Make progress, do good things. Put the geodes right here. Because it makes my inventory look slightly more organized. Rogue! How many levels are there to the mine? I assumed that there would be 100, but it looks like there's more than that. Alright. Hello everybody, I'm back! Okay. Hi. How are you? Do a mining song? I don't know. What's a mining song? 120? Hell. Well, we're making progress, getting close. Maybe next Stardew stream or the one after. We'll get to the bottom of the mines. Okay. I should actually just keep going. I just want to mine stuff. I want to get things. I like having things and stuff. Oh, bones. Hello. Don't stop it. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Genie shoes? What do my shoes do right now? +3 defense, +3 immunity. I'm gonna hold off on that for just half a second. Whistle while you work, but then the mouse. Yeah, Disney's already writing a cease and desist just because we thought about it. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay, I might stay in here for a second. So I can get stuff and also things. Hello! Stop that. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I have a little bit of time. Might as well just, you know, mine some things. Ah! I don't think I've talked about the I was thinking about like what would be a mining song, and my my grandma has a tune that she always kind of like hummed, but the reason why I bring it up is because if you guys remember the movie that came out a couple years ago, the movie version of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, there was the song. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Leave me alone, leave me. Oh god, I'm dead. Actually. Help. 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 Thank you, Maru. Yeah, it is, they sing Hi Ho is their song. Should have took the stairs. I don't have enough rocks to even make stairs. Like, not even at home. Seem to have lost, and 3 items from my backpack. Oh no, what will I ever do? That's fine. Okay, but let me consume cheese. Thanks, Maru. I owe you one. Not yet. No, I have 14,000 gold. I'm okay. Hey. I do now have way less time though. If they could give me stairs again very quickly, that would be great. No. Ooh, secret note. Bomb. That feels like a waste, though, to just use it on a slime, though. Oh wow, that has a lot bigger range than I thought that it did. I thought it was gonna have like a maybe 9 block radius. That was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yay! So Pod, now you know why I wasn't using the bombs, because I thought that their range was really, really small. So it wasn't gonna be worth it. I heard a ghost. I heard a ghost.
Ah! Ah! Get out of here.
Stairs! Bye! Oh, okay, maybe I've only used the cherry bombs then. Gonna be out of bombs here in a second, but that's okay. I got hit.
You only have 1 bomb left now.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna use it though, because fuck these guys! Bomb, 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 bomb! That didn't kill them? That didn't kill them! Okay. Alright, okay. Doing good, doing good.
Ah! Ah!
Well, now I'm not doing so good.
Jeez. No.
Squid ink? Neat. Don't think I've gotten that before.
I just want the gold.
Ooh. Okay, this is where I got to last time. It's already 8:30. Yeah, I don't have enough iron to make more bombas. Get out of my way! Everybody leave me alone! Just trying to do a thing. Naimi cheese god! Sorry, Naimi. Oh, hello! There's a lot of you guys over here. Hello! Stop that, please. I would prefer it if you would stop. Stop it! Stop it. No! No! Bullshit.
Stop it. Stop it.
Come on, I just have 2 levels to go and it's 10 p.m. Leave me alone. I just want to get a level 100! Okay. Alright. Okay. I have two hours of Stardew time. Technically 4. But I'd rather get out quickly. No! I just want stairs. I just want to get to level 100 just to say that I did it. Oh shit, and it's gonna kill me. Yay! We did it! Okay, we can stop now, it's fun. I want to fish in here. Do I have my fishing rod? I don't! Oh, I do. Okay, it just was in the spot where I'm used to be. Fishy. This looks deadly. I love it. It's exciting.
Okay.
Thank you. Cool. Because if you saw a river like this and you knew that you could fish in it, would you not? Is there really only trash in here? Okay, one last time, then we'll go home. Oh my, okay. I just want to catch one actual fish in here, please? Please? Please?
Whoop whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll go. Oh, I almost forgot to grab this. Ooh, I got a star fruit. Yes, 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 yes. Hype, 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 hype. More energy for me. See, yeah. Maybe I'm just used to hearing Senti talk about blood rivers in hell that I'm like, no, this is fine. It's strange, but the taste reminds you of Edison? Hey, Eddie. Why that? He doesn't know either. What taste reminds me of you, bud? This Star Drop tastes like cat. Eddie has a smell. I have smells that remind me of Eddie. Mostly what Eddie smells like. But taste? No. I'm going, we're going. Don't worry about it. Going. Come on. Got lots of geodes, though. Oh, yeah, and a secret note. Let's see what this says really quickly. Huh? Huh. I don't know what that means. What house do they want me to do the Konami code in front of? My house? My own house? Konami code in front of my own house? I'm in the house. There we go. Okay. The one that looks like the picture. Okay, I'm gonna need to look at it again, real quick. My steel axe is ready! Yay! That means we can also do the geodes. Okay. Okay, what house looks like that? Is that the pharmacy? What is that? 2 windows on the side and 1 window on the top. Got plenty of soul carbs? Good! What building is that? And what does it mean by the check mark? Do I hit enter? What do I do? Beers feel neutral today. That's okay. That's good. Oh, do the kidnappers want that? They don't. Alright, let me clear out my pockets. Ooh! Oh, and then tomorrow's gonna be the dance. Huh? Sumire, I've got a new item in stock. It's called the Auto Grabber. This thing can milk your cows and goats, shear your sheep, and gather eggs and pluck your woolly rabbits all on its own. I'm sorry, I can have rabbits? Well, I didn't know what... I can have... bunny? 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 Bun? Can have? Can have bun? They're luxury items, 25,000 gold. Who is? Marnie. Oh, sweetie, that's gonna be very helpful. Tomorrow, flower dance, yay. Goodbye money, hello poverty. But also, hello to getting my mornings back so I don't have to go, you know, milk all the cows and pick all the eggs and everything. You can find a partner you might want to participate in the dance yourself. There's a little clearing beyond the forest west of town, where you hold the dance right between 9 AM and 2 PM. Cool. It'll probably go better this time. Okay, so we got that. Can put more apricot. Do you guys say apricot or apricot? I'm gonna say apricot. Man, I get the apricots and the gold ore confused. No, put in. Thank you. Buns. Yeah, no, I would like bunny. bunny, banan.
I don't say the names of fruits I don't eat. I mean fair. Okay, you can go away. You can go away. I'm gonna go in the food one. I'll sell you. On. Squids you. What do I do with squid ink? What is the use of it? The apricot. Okay. Got geodes. Okay, and then put some stuff back in the food one. Toss the squid ink in here, I guess. Just sell it to say you did? Okay. I'll take that back then. And then you go back in the food. Boop. Boop, boop, pop. Ba-doop, beep. Cool. Alright. Water, everybody. Ooh, parsnips are done. Come on, we just need five good ones for the kidnapples, please. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Yay! Okay, we can go give the parsnips to the kidnapples. Are you guys ready? Not yet. Okay. Okay, you're good, you guys. You guys. And no, thank you. There we go. No, this way. Oh, more coffee. 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 There we go. And you. Okay. I'll put some of the coffee. I'll put the coffee back in here. Okay. Boop. Boop. Alright. Oh. Almost missed you. You guys have been water. Yep, okay. Alright, okay. Baby time.
Hello, babies. Hello. Moo. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Sophie. Rhombus. Hello, I love you. Eugenie.
I'm so happy that my animals are happy. Seeing like the full... Peppo does not... I know Peppo does not. Thank you.
Hello, Congus. Hello, Dave. Henry. Picardo. Tina. Ooh, Benry. Benedetto. Thank you.
All right.
All looking good here.
Okay, quick trade. Go boop, 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 and a boop. Okay.
Okay, baby fed.
Toss this in here. And boop, boop. Grab.
Egg.
Boop, boop.
Eggy.
One day. When will you hatch, my sweet boy?
I just want my little baby. I would like to see the baby. Okay. Now I'll toss the eggs back in here. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Eggy. Boop, ow! I just wanted to switch what earbud I had in. I didn't mean to bonk my mic. Almost bonked me in the face. But it's fine, okay. Alright. Careful. I do not have the capacity to be careful. I'm very accident prone. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get the stuff from Clint McElroy. Maple syrup! I can say maple syrup to the boy! Wow! I'm so excited. Don't seriously intrude yourself that. Okay, that's fair. I can do that. I'm still thinking about... Oh. Where's that? Huh? Where's that? Or is that Robin's house? Thinking about it still. No, Lewis's house doesn't look like that. Hello, Petty and Sam! Maybe now that my mother is her bus driving job back, I can start saving more money. Things are looking a little brighter. I'm glad! Oh, hi, good to see you again. Good to see you too, dude. Right. Clint McElroy. Yay! Thank you for Axe. Thank you. Boo. Okay. Ooh. What's that? Obsidian. Neat. A lemon stone. Oh, another fire agate. Fire quartz. Okay, thank you, Clint McElroy. Gunther, I have stuff. Gunther, I have stuff for you. Gunther, hello. Oh no. Uh-oh, I might need to reorganize some things. Well, you know what, friendo? I can put, I'm gonna move some of the purples over here. I can put the obsidian there. Scoot you guys over. Because I think this will look very good next to the tiger eye, and I was correct. Sure. That works. That's fine. Woohoo! I think I almost have all of like the gems and stuff filled out at the museum though, which is cool. Okay, so now let's go to the kidnapples. Kidnapples. I have parsnips. I almost said radishes. I really don't know the... No, I know the difference between a parsnip and a radish, kind of. Hello! I have this for you. Oh. Yay! Now in the summer I just need to make some good melons and that'll all be done. That'll be nice. Okay. Alright, so there's that. I do want to go take a look at Robin's house for a second because I think that might be the house that was on the drawing thing. I don't know what that circle is.
was on the other one. The Robin's house? No. The hell house is that? It's gonna drive me crazy. Not the Adventurers Guild. That would be weird. I don't think it is. Just to be sure, though. No. Very much not.
But I can go give maple syrup to the mouse. We can go give maple syrup to the Muska.
My best friend. I love that little mouse.
Da 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 da.
Oh, I was telling before I died telling the story about so there's the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and there's a song that's featured through the whole thing that just goes da 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 da. That is the tune that my grandmother has sang since I was a little kid. So, and I've never heard it anywhere else but from her. So hearing it in like a PG-13 horror movie was really surreal. I was like, what's happening? I don't know if when she learned it, if it's the same words that they used in Scary Stories, because it's very gruesome, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the exact same thing. Because it's the words in the movie are about bugs walking over a corpse. Okay, hat mouse, hat mouse, hat mouse, hat mouse. Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy? I have for you.
Me too.
Yoop.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
There he is! There he is! No! No! For him. Oh my god, I'm a fucking moron! I want a mouse!
Mouse.
I accidentally drank the fucking maple syrup. But it wouldn't let me give it to the mouse. I accidentally drank the maple syrup. It wouldn't let me give it to the mouse. That's who wants this, right? What are the secret woods? Is this not the secret woods? I thought it was for the mouse, cause he talks like that. What are the secret woods? Over here? How do I even get over there? That way? Oh! Well, now I don't have the fucking maple syrup, so it's not worth it. I might as well just go over there to look. Fucking I'm fine. It's fine. That's true. I could go look and see what that hat mouse has, but it's okay for right now. Okay. Alright, Nani the fuck. Huh? I didn't even know this was here. Okay. Where? Wow, up even. Okay. How do I. Huh? How do I get over there? There's fence. How do I get over here? What the hell? Then it just takes me home. How do I get over there? Left or more left? Left or? Okay. Oh. Where's my axe? Well, hey, it's actually good that I upgraded my axe because I don't think I could cut through this until I upgraded this, so. Good lord. Oh, and I'm getting attacked. Oops. Hello. What's going on over here, slimes? Don't mind me. Just taking a look. What's going on? What? What is that? Old Master Cannoli. Obi-Wan Cannoli. Help, my brain is broken. Help. 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 That's fine. I'll come back here when I get another maple syrup. I'm a dum-dum. I misclicked. Bring maple syrup. Okay. Anything else I really want to do? Not really. You did your best. Thanks. I think I still have the little tap thing on the tree, so we'll get some more later. It's okay. Ah. Like, it's genuinely fine. I'm a little bit annoyed, but it's, like, not the end of the world. Okay. We gave stuff to the kidnappers. That's good. No. I have a lot of gold. You can go there. You can go away. Grab you. Actually, can I make 2 bombas? I'll put you in there immediately. Okay. Pretty much the rest of this is to sell. Yep, you guys can all go. Whew. Ah. Okay. What was that noise I just heard? That was a weird noise. I'm gonna go grab this cheese so I can sell it. More money. Maybe I'll get enough money to get that harvester thingy. Boop, beep, boop, ba. Oh, no! I'm not falling for that trick again. Not accidentally eating something again. That relatable moment when you accidentally eat something instead of giving it to a statue that has the name Cannoli in the woods. I'm assuming that's where it's going, is to the Cannoli man. Fine, it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, I might as well go sleep. Gotta rest up to be good at the dancing. Time to dance, baby. I'm not good at that. I used to dance. I used to be in like an anime dance group. I am no longer. Okay. Alright. More coffee? I'm just gonna sell these. But these could all become plants in the summer and I could have so much coffee, though. Could just be a coffee farm, coffee making fool. I think that might be my summer plan, is nothing but coffee. I don't even know if it's that lucrative. But it stays around for a long time. So that's good.
I just wanted this one. Thank you. Beans. Okay, that's everybody? Oh! Sorry, little buddy. Alright. Hey. Hello, everyone! Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, I'm so close to being able to get that harvester.
Oh, bees! Hello, bees!
Oh, and there's some worms under this chicken. Congus, can I have those, please? Congus, thank you.
Hello, Picardo. Hello, Dave, then. What are you? Benry. Lizzie and Peppo. And Eugenie. And Sophie? Sophie! Sophie has full hearts, yay! Tina, did I say hi to you yet? No, I did. Hello, Henry. Angus. Henry. Rumbus. Okay. Alright.
Oh. No, I didn't click on Benry. Benry's over here. I'm clicking here.
But okay. Thank you.
Oh god, which one are you?
That's okay, Lizzie. That's okay, Sophie. No worries. Are good. Still doing a great job. And milk. Egg. Egg.
Every day I'm like, it's today the day, it's today Dino Day. Is it Dino Day?
Okay. Alright, let's go see. Not yet. Soon. No! God fucking...
Just threw a whole raw egg in my mouth. You know, like a person does.
Am I out of hay? Am I out?
The fuck? Oh, there's an egg right there.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm out.
Are any over? Nope. Okay, that's not good. I'm gonna have to try and remember to go get more. This is gonna throw me right into the dance once I leave here. Oh, I forgot to put the. Yeah, I should put a gate like right there.
Oh, I want to put these eggs back. Eggy, eggy.
Okay. All right. It is dance time. My brain just said something about like putting on dancing shoes, and I'm like, well, I have the little genie shoes in my inventory. There we go, my fancy dance shoes. They serve kind of a practical purpose, but not really. They're just my fancy dancing shoes. I'm glad that Pawn agrees. Uh-oh. Was this over here last time? It doesn't feel like this was over here last time. It was? Huh. Hi, Pierre, what you got? Cute. Oh, a tub of flowers? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that's so cute. I might be losing all my money, guys. Oh, so cute. My money might be leaving me now.
They change with the season. My farm's gonna be pretty. Very pretty. And you. And also you. You. And you. 2 of you. And 1 of you. Goodbye, money! They're just very cute. My house is gonna be cute. Hi, Emily! Ooh, I'm stuffed. Hey, have you tried the red jelly yet? No. I wonder if Emily would dance with me. Do it, dude! Shoot your shot! You got this! You can do it! I believe in you! I wish Pierre would spend his time with the family. Oh, sorry. Hi, Elliot! I wore my best shirt for this dance. This sort of thing doesn't happen very often. Hi, Sumire. Glad to see you here. Does it have to be 5 hearts or higher, Pawn? Because then that's just only Penny. This open field, it makes me nervous. Oh no, Ken has PTSD. Oh, buddy. Are you going to be dancing today, Sumire? Why are you laughing, Jody? This is a joke to you? Some of us take this dance very seriously. Oh, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Robin. The air smells so sweet with all these flowers. 4? Okay, so I think I can do Elliot or Penny. Springtime dances can be traced back to ancient fertility rituals. Cool. Hey, you should know about this stuff, farmer. Why do I need to know about fertility rituals? Demetrius, what are you saying? Why are you saying it? Oh, ooh. Fingers got wrong keys. Hello, Shane. I'm really dumb. It's good soup.
I'm real dumb.
Good soup.
I really hate dancing in front of everyone. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, no, I'm losing my mind. I'm too tired. I'm losing it. Ugh. Mood. Never mind. Who do I have? Oh, wow, I have a lot of people. So Penny, Elliot, Robin, Linus, Marnie, and Sebastian. Who should I do? Does anybody have a one that you guys want me to go for? You know what? I admit it. I really like flowers. Good for you, Super Saiyan Man. No, I forgot. Frog season is really starting to pick up. Rogue. I should have brought my fishing pole. Oh, I can still talk to Emily some more. Oh yeah, because I can dance with Emily. I'm nervous. Oh, I might have to dance with Penny then if she says that she's nervous. I'm working up the courage to ask someone to dance with me. Dang it, Harvey, I don't have enough hearts for you. I'm sorry. I like dancing, but this one's a little stilted. The old timers really love it though. Hi, Linus. Oh, hello. It's nice of you to talk to me. Spring is almost over. What a shame. Should I dance with Linus? Because he's just like, oh wow, how nice of you to even come talk to me. I feel so bad for the guy. Love is in the air and I'm still single. Marnie. 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 We all know.
Marnie, you had Lewis's underwear in your house, girl. Make your move.
Okay.
Marlon, also, go for it, dude. You can do it, I believe in you.
Unfortunately, you have to pick someone romanceable. Aw. Well, it's always Elliot, but you should pick who you like. I might pick Penny just because she's like, I'm really nervous. I'm just enjoying the scenery. I don't like that you said
Hello, Haley.
I'm practicing my dance moves. It needs to be perfect.
Okay. Hi, Lewis. No.
Flowers? I can hardly see them. It's too bright out here. I'm sorry. Evelyn's happy though. The heh made him sound like a creepy frat boy. I've been working on these floral arrangements for a week. Do you like them?
I love them. You did a great job. Hello, Jess. Hello, Jess. Hello.
I'm stuck. Hello, Jess. And also Vincent. That's not fair. Why can't I be the flower queen? Someday I'm gonna be the flower queen. Vincent, follow your dreams. Anyone who tells you you can't be the flower queen can come talk to me personally. Alright. Okay. I am gonna ask Penny to dance with me. You wanna be my partner for the flower dance? Okay, I'd love to.
Yay! Yay! Yay, Penny likes us.
I forget that that's way too vigorous. I need to get a different applause thing. I need to get a different applause button. Okay, voice mod, that's enough. Voice mod, that's enough. Thank you. Alright, okay, Lewis, let's go. Oh, why don't I get an outfit? I want the outfit! I am also entirely out of sync. And apparently do not know what I'm doing. I'm like a half step in front of everybody. Back up just a little back up. Tiny back up, please.
Yay! That was fun. Time to go home. Okay.
Well, hey! And now I have all these flowers to put up around here?
Yay! Cute!
Can I put stuff on my porch? I can! I didn't think I'd be able to. Now I'm stuck on my porch.
Uh-oh.
And now I'm gonna put...
Yeah.
An oak barrel. And you can go. You can go. You can go. You can go. You can go in my house. Okay. Over here. And I've got to have the scarecrow. Okay, and then the ceiling leaves. Here. Cool. One more. I actually love how those look. Wow, I should have bought more! I really like those! And then... we could put flower behind blueberry. And then... this other one. And go. And go. Your spouse will stand there after you get married? That's cute. I can hang right there. I really like those. That's really cute.
Really nice. Okay.
Yay! We did the dance. I still kind of made a fool of myself because that was weird. I just was very off, but it's okay. See, what time is it? Actually, I think I might call stream there. It's been 3 hours, which for me is a little bit short, but this feels kind of like a good spot to stop. And also, I have a thing, I have to edit my video.
So, let me take a look here.
Right? Yeah, it goes by really fast, huh?
Okay.
Alright. Looks like Abdog is streaming Perfect Date, which is a kitty dating game with their wife, Sora. I'm sorry, Exceed. I didn't
make you do that.
But yeah, so I think I'm gonna send you guys over to Abdog today. Let me go over here real quick.
Hello.
Okay, but yes, thank you guys so much for coming to this Stardew stream. Keep in mind that tomorrow I'm doing the dramatic shitpost reading. I'll be posting in my Discord and on Twitter a little form for you guys to submit the shitposts to me, either through links or through screen caps. Either one's fine. No, thank you guys for coming. As far as next week, don't forget Sunday, 4 p.m. PST is going to be my 5-month VTuber stream, and it's going to be really, really fun. I've been excited to do karaoke again. I've been in a karaoke mood. So, it'll be a really good time. Oh, God. I'm thinking... Pon, when I say shitpost, I mean more like... Jory's weed-smoking girlfriends or something like that. I have some shitposts that I want to read personally that I will kind of sprinkle through. Anything he says is a shitpost. That's true. In the footage I was watching earlier, I accidentally came across the whole "we call him Jesus." You know, Jesus came in riding on an ass, your mother's ass. Yeah, I stumbled across that clip that ends with "be cool, smoke pot." Okay. All right, but yes, I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys over to Abdog.
They're wearing a little hat.
Cute hat and a monocle. Your man thinks your mom jokes are fun. Very unfortunately, he does. All right. Okay, but again, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope to see you at another stream sometime soon. Eddie, do you want to say goodbye? Good boy. All right, everyone. I hope to see you again soon. Oyasumi.